Welcome back to the Startable Vlog, the place where everyone can be an entrepreneur. I'm Nicole Dickens, the founder of Zoetica, where we help people start, launch, then scale their ideas for maximum impact. The Startable community itself is all about igniting the entrepreneurial spirit by creating as many opportunities as possible for those at the early stages of entrepreneurship to discover, then launch their ideas into the world. And it will forever be free, guys, to join. For sure. You can count on that from me. I've spent some time already this year talking to you about what it takes to start up. I've given you an overview of the steps of starting up, which has formed the basis of the Startup Bootcamp. It's coming up on March 10th through the 12th from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. We've also done a deep dive on the types of capital beyond the financial one that we're all familiar with in the startup well, to help bring that idea of yours to life, the types of capital needed, that is. Now I want to take some time focusing attention on the object of any idea you create, be it for or not for profit, and that's the people that idea of yours will impact. If you recall, I spent some time talking to you about a concept I'm calling the pinnacle effect, which is basically trying to determine the greatest potential impact your idea could have by determining the best outcome for the largest number of people. This, my friends, is the sweet spot. It is how you'll create the most value regardless of how you want to quantify what value is with this idea. Be it the number of lives you've touched or the amount of money you've made or saved others. No matter what, it all starts with people. If you do not have people as the foundation of what you are creating, what you're building, starting, growing, then you've lost the battle, I'm afraid. They are the most valuable asset in this world. And capitalism as we know it, as we are experiencing it today, keeps trampling on this concept, this very basic concept. But we can get it right by building things correctly from the ground up now. Our current expression of capitalism honors the bottom line as financial capital more than it does anything else. And I will put before you that this is why it's not really working as well as it could. It impacts a much smaller subset of people, the shareholder only, right? The mantra of anyone trained in business is this: the point of business is to maximize shareholder value. Now, just think about that for a point. It's a limiting viewpoint by very definition. At best, downright lopsided, to be truthful, because if you don't focus on the people first and build solutions and products and services for them, you literally are undercutting any financial profit maximization that you could have because you're building ill-fitting solutions at best because your goal is to satisfy one small subset of people, the shareholder. What I'm advocating, and many of the best companies are actually doing these days, is this: consider people in every part of the process of your idea, the community as a whole, users, clients, customers, employees, and other stakeholders, of which investors are just one of a few subsets. Make people the center and build around them to actually enjoy, even capitalize off of the pinnacle effect of having the greatest impact for the greatest number of people. You do this, and the money, the influence, the change you seek will indeed come. After all, it's a person who will use your product or service, a person who will part with the cash for it, a person who will sustain your operations to produce it. People are already at the center of your idea. What is too often the mismatch here is that they aren't considered at the center by the powers that be in too many of our organizations. Make that the thing you'll change as you build. How do you do this? How do you build people-centric solutions in communities? By deploying a 4-step strategy where we acknowledge people as central to what we do. We captivate them by providing unparalleled value. We engage with them to honor the fact that they are the center of anything we're about to get started. And we liberate them from the things holding them back from receiving the full benefit of what we have to offer them. And I'll be unpacking each of these concepts over the next few posts, so please stay tuned. Where have you placed in this great idea of yours people? Are they at the center of all that you're creating, you're building, you're starting right now? If they aren't, what do you need to do to get them back in the bullseye of everything? A quick way to answer the question is asking yourself a much simpler one, and that's this: who are you really serving with this idea of yours? If you have to do backflips in answering that question, it's time to refocus. It's time to go back to the drawing board and refocus on the people you will impact to be sure that that idea of yours is a successful one. So until next time, guys, go out there and please get something done.